Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTV here. I am in a great mood today. I have got 2 rides in on this bike since my shoulder issue where I was off it for almost 8 weeks. And there was times during that 8 weeks where I didn't know when or quite frankly even if I'd be riding again. So it is soul cleansing. I love this sport. It is absolutely fantastic. Yes. That, however, is not what this video is about. When I first thought about this video, I thought I was going to need 2 separate videos. One was going to be why my final review and why the DT Swiss XMC 1501 carbon wheel set has been removed from this bike, will not go back on it, and why I upgraded in every way what I thought was going to be video 2 for the 2023-2024 question mark. That statement will make sense here later in the second half of the video. Why I replaced it with DT Swiss XM 1700 aluminum wheels and couldn't be happier. Then I thought, you know what? Nope, I can do this in one quick video. It's Thunderstruck MTV, nothing's quick, right? But I can do this in one video, guys, and I thought easily how. But before we get there, it's imperative that you know something about me to see if my opinion for me goes any way, shape, or form relates to you. So something quick about me is I'm a 55-year-old dude. I ride nothing but a hardtail. This is my only bike. I ride in the SoCal high desert. I do not race. I do not ride on Strava. Not a Strava jockey either. I ride Strava, but my account's private. Don't take it for that I ride slow, even though my account's private. I don't register on there. I'm in the top 10 on several of the downhill segments when I look at my PR versus the public's stuff there. So I'm not exactly slow, but I go out, I ride good, hard, aggressive mountain biking. Some will call it trail riding, some will call it down country riding, whatever. Short rides are about 14 miles, 2,200 feet of climbing. Longer rides are about 21 miles, over 3,000 feet of climbing. Most of my rides, however, are somewhere in the middle, about 17 miles. 2,700 feet of climbing. That's it. So what I'm about to tell you, on my opinion, I don't know if that relates to you in any way, shape, or form, but that's the info I think you need to have. So why? Part 1, why are these wheels off the bike? Again, the DT Swiss XMC 1501 carbon wheels. Why have I removed them? Why will they not go back on? Easy. Let's imagine there's a 2023 Ferrari sitting in your garage. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, well, let's say you and your significant other, your best friend, your kid, your favorite person in life, you're going to go for a ride in that beautiful Ferrari this weekend. And you head up, as you start to go out, the road is clear, there's not a single car on the road, beautiful weather, and you head up to the favorite place, your favorite road, favorite place on earth, okay? Well, if you do it in that Ferrari, it's going to be fantastic. Now let's say all conditions are the same, but you take that Ferrari to your local speed shop and they put on some race dampers, some race springs, stiffen that thing up, drop it down an inch. And they want to cut off the exhaust and make it straight pipes so you get more horsepower, right? Suddenly, that same exact ride in that stock Ferrari is now going to be a miserable, jarring experience. So loud, the two of you are screaming at each other, trying to talk because of the droning of the engine. It's just sort of the experience I had with this carbon wheel set. It just was way too harsh on this bike. At the end of this video, I'm going to link in one of those bubbles popping up, probably part 1, to the carbon wheel set review. And I bet if you haven't watched that, or if you go back and watch it, and listen to what I'm saying now, and then go back knowing hindsight's 2020, you can hear the tone of my voice. You could probably hear the things I'm saying, kind of trying to talk myself into liking them, if I'm being honest. At the end of the day, guys, these made every single ride less fun. They made every single ride less fun. It made the bike less fun to ride. I try to mitigate that harshness, we're going to call it for a general term. I try to mitigate that with lower tire pressures, which I did to an extent. But that compromise brought up a whole different set of issues. I didn't like how the front tire handled on how it cornered on some of my higher speed G-outs, a little bit of folded over, a little squirming, a little sketchy sometimes. The compromises I had to make still didn't improve the harshness enough. And I found myself pretty quickly thinking, I knew I was going to be putting on my original suspension, my original exhaust back onto my Ferrari. Problem was, I sold the suspension and the exhaust. So I had to wait until a deal came up, and that'll enter these. So that, in a nutshell, guys, is why these are off the bike. It's the only carbon wheel set I've ever used in my entire life. They've only ever been on a hardtail. So if you ride a 150 mil full suspension bike, your experience might be somewhat different. Are there other carbon wheels that are a lot more compliant than these? I wouldn't know. I'm only telling you about these for this bike and for how I like to ride. All I will tell you, to finish it up, these made every single ride less fun. And I guess we'll just leave it off from there. So part 2. Now we're going to talk about the review of the 2023-2024 question mark. That's going to make even more sense here in a second, of my DT Swiss XM 1700 aluminum wheels. So I knew I was going to switch back over to aluminums. I just had to wait and find the price. Lo and behold, they popped up on Lord Gun. 5 of them remaining, and they didn't give a year. They just, said XM 1700 center lock. Away we go. So I ordered them. They came within 6 days. I spent a total of $531.77 to the door. They were here in 8 days from the date of order. Perfect condition, just as always, the Lord Gun. Awesome. I opened the box. I'm like, cool, everything's good. Pull off the little protective guys. They're all in DT Swiss bags, all brand, everything's great. And I pull off the protective little foam guys from the end caps, and I look down and I'm like, wait, that's a 6-bolt. 6-bolt rear. And you guessed it, it'd be kind of weird, 6-bolt front. Well, those of you that know, the XM 1700s only come in center lock. It's the EX 1700s that are available in center lock or 6-bolt. The EX is for enduro, for e-bikes, things like that, little more stouter rim, heavier. And those are available in center lock or 6-bolt. These are supposed to only be in center lock. I thought, what did I miss? I went back on the ad. Sure enough, their ad says center lock. And before I got a hold of Lord Gun, I was kind of like, So I took, where's it at? So this little dude, I hope it comes up on the camera. So that little dude, little number right there. Now everyone has my serial number. That little number, you can go on to DT Swiss's ID page, which I'll link in the description. If you have a new model DT Swiss wheel, you punch that number in or you scan it with your phone, that Scantron code thing. I hate phones, I don't know. But anyway, punch that number in and it tells you all about your wheel. Spoke length, hubs, everything. All replacement parts, replacement hubs, replacement caps, end caps. It tells you everything you want to know about your wheel. So that was cool. So I'm like, okay, punch it up, and sure enough, it says 6-bolt front and rear on that page. I then chased that up with an email to DT Swiss, which has always been nothing but responsive within like 1 day most. I took a picture of the serial number on my hubs along with that ID and said, can you tell me something about these? I received 6-bolt and I thought they were center lock. And I asked, I said, are these like new or brand new? Or are these OE or what's going on? And I got back a yes, they're genuine. Yes, they're ours. They were hand built in Poland. They were built this calendar year, but they're not at liberty to say anything else. So I don't know if these wheels were like an OE wheel set for, let's say, like an e-bike or a Specialized something. I don't know. And then Lord Gun got some extra stock. Or if these are going to be introduced later, we're going to see a pink bike where DT Swiss XM 1700s can now be available in either center lock or 6-bolt. That, guys, I don't know, but I will tell you that there was only 5 left, and as I'm making this video, I believe there's only 1 left on Lord Gun's website, so by the time you see it, they're probably gone. So it's very interesting. I don't know if these are 23s or 24s, but anyway, they're aluminum XM 1700s. DT 350 hubs, XD driver, competition spokes, aluminum Squarks nipples, and of course that XM 481 30 mil aluminum rim. And that's what these are. Give you some real quick stats. Oh, I should probably say that I did hit up Lord Gun and said, hey guys, you got a mistake on your website. You show these are center lock. They are 6-bolt. Showed them the pictures, whole 9 yards. And guess what Lord Gun did? they refunded me, kind of random, they refunded me $41.97.91, can't read my own writing, $41.90 something cents because of the end description for me having to buy new rotors because I was going to use my center lock rotors that I had. Guys, how awesome is that? Then I noticed that they have changed the ad on it to show 6 bolts. So anyway, that's how Lord Gun took care of me. I thought it was awesome. So now let's get to the kind of the fun stuff here. The weights on these. So the total overall for the carbon wheel set, the front was 780, the rear was 881, and the total was 1,661 grams riding, ready to go. Taped, valved, ready to go. That's how they sat. Okay, so 780, 881, 1661, where these aluminums are 900, and then for the front, and 967 for the back for 1867. I know I rattled off a lot of numbers there, but this aluminum wheel set is exactly 120 grams heavier in the front and 86 grams only in the rear. So the aluminum wheel set, the 1700s total versus the XMC 1501 carbon, guys, is 206 grams total of weight. 120 heavier in the front, 86 heavier in the rear. And again, both those are apples for apples, meaning taped and valves, ready to mount tires on the same scale here. So I thought that was pretty interesting. These are not that much heavier. Now let's talk about the ride quality and the difference on this bike. Let's use a scale of 0 to 10. If 0 is subtle and 10 is night and day and how this bike rides, it's a 9. It's a 10. It's night and day difference on the amount of fun. It's so much more, compliance, a weird word to use, but it just rides how the bike used to ride with every other aluminum wheel set I had. It is so much more fun in every single way. I don't notice the extra, what did I quote you at? The extra 206 grams combined front and rear. I don't notice that in any way, shape, or form. I don't notice it up the climb. I don't notice it down the descent. I can just tell you that it seems, and my air pressures are back up to my normal air pressure. So I've aired back up 1.5 pounds front and rear to get back my tire pressure where I like it. And that's with these wheels, guys. It's made for me, for what I consider mountain biking, for my bike, for where I ride, how I ride. The aluminum wheels all day over the carbon wheels. And that's just, I guess, take that with, not always is an upgrade, more is better. Not always is that true. Is more expensive better? So again, take with what I'm saying. I just wanted to sort of pass this on and put an end to not my experiment. The only reason I got these was because it was almost too good to be true from Lord Gun for the price, and I'll be damned if they didn't show up anyway for the price. So I went with it, and I was carbon curious, and they just didn't work out for me and for what I expect. Now, if I was riding a 150 mil full suspension bike, I might love them. I wouldn't know. But there you go. For those of you on a hardtail right now on some good quality aluminum wheels that you've had for a while, if you're happy with the way that hardtail rides, guys, I would think twice. I'd watch this video 2 full times to hear my voice, my inflections of what I'm telling you. You just might not be happy with that carbon wheel set thrown onto your hardtail. It might make your Ferrari a lot less fun to ride on Saturday mornings. So again, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. It's going to be curious to see if these 6-bolt XM 1700s are just an OE one-off thing that Lord Gun got 5 of and sold for a ridiculously low price, or if this is going to be later on like a 2024 XM 1700. DT Swiss themselves was pretty coy about their answer in their email. So anyway, I'll let you guys figure it out. Once that happens, I'll probably do an update video real quick and go from there. So anyway, I hope you guys found this video useful, and if so, well, good. That's what I did it for. Anyway, guys, it's been a great day. Thanks you for watching if you stuck around to this point, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.